This program is sponsored by the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya.
Are you dreaming to be an IAS or IPS officer?
Join BA Administration and Governance and Integrated Degree Program Civil Service aspirants at the Center for Competitive Exam, University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, accredited A grade by NAAC. Get fully prepared for UPSC examination from the very beginning of your first semester. 6th semester will cover the latest UPSC syllabus through optional and allied papers. IAS and IPS officers will regularly take classes on every Saturdays and Sundays. Eligibility 10+2 in any stream with minimum 70% marks. 100% scholarship for per meritorious students. Apply now at www.ustm.ac.in. The date of entrance will be on the 26th June 2022. This program was sponsored by the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya.
Hello dear listeners, this is your host Dr. Bonnie M. Nicol once again to welcome you all to another edition of our special program from the studios of the Northeastern Service of All India Radio Shillong. Well, today I will be taking you all on an inspirational and educational journey with a very dynamic, visionary educationist and multi-talented personality, Shri Mahbubul Haq, the Chancellor of University of Science and Technology, USTM, Meghalaya, and also the Chairman, Education Research and Development Foundation, ERDF, Guwahati. He is a vowed entrepreneur who has been able to carve a niche in the northeastern region of India in the field of higher and technical education within a very short period. A winner of several outstanding awards, he has been able to win minds and hearts of many by virtue of his humility and simplicity, with the strong belief that every citizen of this country has the right to education and his undeterred mission to realize his dream. A very warm welcome to our studios, sir. We look forward to a very interesting and informative time as you share your expertise and inspire the young aspiring minds. At the very outset, shall you take us down memory lane and tell us a little about your early life?
I am from Karimganj. I lost my parents, especially my father when I was in class 7 and my mother when I was in class 12, just before examination. I moved to AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, for my BSc program. Aligarh, everyone is knowing, it's one of the biggest university and quality institutions in the country. During my 7 years of journey study at AMU, I visited all the quality institutions, including IITs. That gave me kind of idea of institution building, and especially in the northeastern, my own state and Meghalaya, that we are lagging behind in terms of quality education. It has instigated me. I did masters in computer science. I was the second rank holder in the department, but I got jobs in different lucrative companies in the software development, but I determined to come back. That was the beginning that I have not joined anywhere. So I came back and we started our journey with my old computer and 4 students of IGNO. I was doing tuitions in Guwahati. There was no person was ready to give rental houses. So I started, and then I thought that we have to expand. So I started assembling computers. I purchased the parts, assembled it, and I sold nearly 100 computers. And then from the revenue, I managed a small computer lab, having 5 machines. After that, I was connected to Manipal. So I took the study center of Manipal. So you can say that is the turning point where I got the idea that how institutions can be built up. Slowly, that I can say that was the beginning of the journey in the year 2001.
Can you further highlight us on your professional life and your humble beginning as an educationist?
Our journey in terms of, you can say it is a building the institutions, very few students, but probably it was God-gifted attribute. So I tried to meeting the people, and especially those from academia in Guwahati city, especially retired people. I invited them when they came to know that yes, this boy was interested to do something. So this way people supported me morally, and especially by providing different kind of advices. Yes, till date we have not received any kind of financial assistance from any sources, but this is something, it is more than the financial support that somebody is giving a good piece of advice. We could introduce ourselves to the society, and the students who have joined, they started getting career. after getting some kind of degrees from our institution. So it was in our mind that we have to have our establishment in a permanent place. All the institution till 2006, it was all in rental premises in Guwahati. But still, even in the rental houses, we became the second largest in the country. So this was all inspiring. I got the awards from Manipal 5 times. Then we made our foundation. The members who are working with me from 2001, we made them as a trustee. So till date, they are our trustee. And then one after another, and I am fortunate enough that how this entry in the state of Meghalaya. I must recall Professor Samudra Fukan, who was the advisor of NEC and was the former principal of Johat Engineering College. He guided me to meet Professor Hating. He was the registrar of NEHU. He became the vice chancellor in a central university. I came to know that NEHU also can give affiliation to the state of Assam because NEHU has a jurisdiction to offer affiliation to the minority managed institution. First venture in Meghalaya is the Regional Institute of Science and Technology and Engineering College under NEHU. So still it is running. This engineering college is functioning. AICT approved engineering college. When we inaugurated our engineering college, we got the opportunity to meet P.S. Sangma sir, Dr. Don Kupar Roy sir, Manos Chaudhary, and then followed by the Dr. D.D. Lapang sir. They were very much inspired seeing the kind of educational entrepreneurship. So I must say I was so lucky that I could meet all these people. And today, if you visit our campus in University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, we have nearly 22 buildings. You will find very beautiful building in the name of Dr. Don Kupar Roy and Dr. D.D. Lapang and P.S. Sangma. We have a vision to come up with the medical science in the name of P.S. Sangma International Medical College.
Your contribution towards the establishment and growth of USTM is immense, and we would love to hear from you on what actually influenced you to take this initiative.
At that time, R.S. Mushahari became the governor and Dr. Don Kupar Roy was the chief minister. So when they came to know about our institution and they came practically in our engineering college, they encouraged. Governor said that you have many institutions, why you are not coming up with a university? So it was in our mind, but somebody from other side, a governor is telling. Governor said that I will talk to chief minister and you meet him. So within 1 month we came with proposal, and at that time Manos Chaudhary was the education minister and L. Roy was the commissioner education. So it's a coincidence. Just after 10-15 days was the assembly. We have given the proposal, so it has been enacted in the year 2008. But we could not start the university because at that time we are just preparing ourselves to start the engineering college, which got affiliation from NEHU. So finally we got a reminder and warning, you can say, from the state of Meghalaya that if you are not starting your university, then it will be deacted from the assembly. So we took loan, 2 crores endowment fund, which is a mandatory before starting the university. And then we started our journey in the month of October 2011 with 6 students of biotechnology.
And it's also called the People's University.
Yes, it is because we have a provision to adopt the poor meritorious students in our university. And right now, more than 800 students undergoing free education in our campus.
So could you give us a spotlight on the courses offered in USTM?
We have 6 schools of studies: biological science, applied sciences, management sciences, education, school of education, then school of allied sciences, school of pharmaceutical sciences, and school of law. So all these programs are there, and in future we'll be promoting health sciences programs. Probably next year we'll be getting the Ayurvedic Medical College, and 2025 we have a vision to target our P.S. Sangma International Medical College.
Well, a lot has been appreciated regarding the BA Administration and Governance course, which we call as BAG at USTM. It seems this was your brainchild. So how did you initiate and convince the authorities to get the special course of BAG accepted in the curriculum?
After UPSC result, you have seen very few from the northeastern states, although Meghalaya have shown very comparatively better results. So this is one thing in my mind, that our students, although brilliant, they are very good communicative, their English is very good. Particularly in communication, other state students are lagging behind. But still our students, they cannot crack such kind of examination. Our university must focus on this particular aspect. I have seen mainly the students after doing MBBS, students after doing BTech program for IIT, they go and prefer and take the subjects like history, political science, economics and sociology, all subjects they choose. It hits my mind that why it is happening. An engineer, without taking his subject, he is taking something social science subject. So I have discussed with 2 UPSC chairmen. One Professor Shimle is also the UPSC chairman, and one Professor D.P. Agarwala. They used to come to deliver lecture for our UPSC examination, how to crack. So it came in my mind that yes, we have to simplify a graduation program because we are the architect, we can design the program where students must be guided from the very beginning. For example, earlier we are guiding the students from class 11 Now we are guiding the students especially in our school and many other schools from class 8-9 onwards. If you are interested, if you have an interest to become IS IPS officer, this must be your approach. So we are guiding them towards social science subjects. You prefer 10+2 in arts with social science subjects, and then you join in our program. So Bachelor of Administration and Governance, right now we have 2 optional subjects. One is political science, one is sociology, after testifying the students' interest. So our students this time, nearly 21 students have AIR DPSC prelims, and remaining students out of 41 students, they are not eligible because of their age is less. So they will be appearing next year. So this course we have designed considering the entire UPSC curriculum, and it has been divided and designed so nicely in 6 semesters of the programs. For example, political science students, he will be opting few of the subsidiary subjects, which is, again, there is a weightage in the UPSC examination like geography, then public relation, then international relations, then anthropology, then history, then economics, all this, then Indian polity, all these subjects, and especially we have emphasized on essay writing skill, current affairs, cutting the newspapers, important news, then they're maintaining the archives. So this way, as we have just completed 3 years and because of pandemic, probably will not be successful according to our expectation. But I am very much confident that in the next year, civil service examination, at least 10 students will be cracking UPSC from our university.
Talking about the IAS results, sadly we see a few candidates cracking, like you mentioned, the civil services exams in the Northeast. So why do IAS aspirants fail in the UPSC exams? Is it because of students' perception that it is difficult to crack, or is there lack of awareness? What is your perception on the very low percentage of IAS aspirants?
It is lack of awareness and counseling and lack of proper guidance. Our students, they have a outstanding merit, what I have found from last 3 years experience. Only thing is that students were not properly guided. Today you see a student wants to become a doctor, engineer, he or she is guided. In a family there is an environment, mere bacche ko, I want to make doctor and engineer. So only science is focused. We have ignored the social science subjects. Nowadays, people have awareness that, okay, if you want to become IS or IPS, I have seen the good chunk of the students now they are pursuing social science subjects and art subjects. So I must say that there is no perception at lower level when students are reaching to class 8-9. In civil service, the syllabus has been prescribed and the syllabus is only for class 12 NCERT books. For example, if I want to put my children for civil service examination, so one student must be following NCERT curriculum. First thing. Second thing, that a student, if he or she is knowing that I must pursue civil service, then why he or she is going for the science course? If she is not interested to take the subject of chemistry or physics in the civil service, all science subjects are there, but students are knowing that it is not a scory subject. They take the social science subjects. Students have done engineering, no idea of Indian polity, no idea of sociology, no idea of education, but they take subjects, they study for 1 hour, do coaching for 1 year, and they crack and they become topper of the civil service examination. So this is something I must say it is a big drawback in the entire education system. So there must be a counseling and there must be some restriction also. For example, today one student's gone to IIT, spend huge money of the government, and then he has changed his route and becoming an IAS officer. So we must have a proper guidance from the very beginning. So I think every government, every stakeholder, every institutional heads must have counseling program. They have to create awareness and they have to find out the set of students who have a interest. And then slowly up to 12 they must be guided. For example, I have gone to social science subject, 4 or 5 subjects, but my interest is on political science. So I must opt political science as a honors or the course like Bachelor of Administration and Governance where everything is ready-made. So students, they can join such kind of programs and in a very easy way they can succeed.
All right, sir, on a lighter note, in spite of shouldering so many responsibilities, how do you relax and manage family time?
I manage my time, but you will be surprising that I never go anywhere at night. I reach before 7 p.m. to my own residence. I spend time with my children. Yes, but still there is a complaint from the family that even Sunday I used to go to the campus. I wake up early, I go to the campus, I take care of all the plants. Our campus is very much green, very much clean. Anybody is coming from anywhere, either from the country or from outside the country, they always appreciate one thing, that is clean and green. So we maintain all these things and I always give the credit to my team. They are working very nicely and especially I got the inspiration, although I am from Assam, but entire inspiration, if it is the 90% inspiration I got from the state of Meghalaya, because anywhere I meet. So I think it's a journey, and it is the beginning of the journey. We have to do a lot of work.
Well, sir, really, I've been inspired listening to you. And USTM being the first private university in the Northeast having secured grade A by NAC, how has this been possible? It indeed takes years of hard work, minds and actions put together for such an achievement. So how can USTM be a role model institute for NAC highest grade?
When we started the university, we have gone through the NAC procedure and everything. NAC has given every question out. What are the criteria and everything. We streamline the competitive examination. Whatever the criteria they have given, we have touched everything except research. We are very poor in research, but in other criteria, in terms of students' career, in terms of competitive examination, in terms of infrastructure, we have not compromised. The NAC chairman who has come for interview, inspection in the campus, in the exit meeting, he openly said that I am not knowing that USTM what grade will get in this time, but I am sure this university have lots of potential and they will get A++ in the second cycle. So that was his announcement openly. So it is because of our commitment, is our team effort, it is because of our holistic approach. So these are the aspects that we are progressing day by day, and hopefully Meghalaya will get one university very soon, which is A++, and it is not only Meghalaya, in the entire Northeastern region, there will be one university by 2025, it will be USTM.
USTM believes in the overall development of students and is committed to ensuring their success in life by offering holistic education. And we've heard from Sir himself. USTM can surely act as a catalyst and spark the minds of the younger generation in pursuing their academics. Looking back at the challenges you might have faced as a pioneer, and getting this reward is no doubt exalting for you with a sense of pride. So what was the biggest challenge for you in the initial years of setting up of USTM?
Our challenge is only that we run the institution only with the student fees. We don't have any other business. We don't do any other works. Even in the campus, we have outsourced the hostel. We have the entire catering, the canteen and everything. We have outsourced the people. We have given the kind of business model to the outsiders. We are completely focusing on academic. Whatever we get the fees from the students, accordingly, we do expansion. So I hope in the coming days, we'll be able to do many consultancies of the government. We have emphasized purely on research. We have a very outstanding research setup now. And people from the government institutions, they are coming and doing their experiments in our lab. So in the coming days, I hope by 2030, we'll be able to provide some kind of good consultancy to the government, and government will also bound to take USTM as a consultant.
Taking a quick glance at the mission and vision of the university, sir, you have set up milestones to make USTM as one of the best in the country by 2025, the mission silver, and by 2030, the mission gold, as world-class university facilitating the state of Meghalaya as global education destination by attracting students and scholars from all over the world and nurturing local youths, creating a global community. We would like to hear from you on what are the innovative strategies in planning this roadmap to a promising future for the student community.
We have achieved by 2020 one of the progressive university in the Northeast. There is no doubt on it. We got A grade based on our assessment of 2014 to 19. Not 2021 or 22. Now we'll be submitting for the next cycle. By 2025, we are very much confident that we'll be able to make it a national level university, because A++ means it's a nationally reported institution. After that, next is Institute of Excellence, that is the tag given by the Government of India, by the Ministry of Education. Now, as a grade institution, we have a freedom to start distance education program. Many courses we can start of our own, so lots of freedom has been already given. By 2025, when we'll be achieving the A++, certainly we'll have a more autonomy. And now, new education policy is dictating that private university will also be able to draw the financial support from the government. 2030, we know the Act East policy that northeastern states are well connected in terms of trade, in terms of other kind of communication, sports, culture. But I have seen that education has not been emphasized for many reasons. We want to become a catalyst, we want to become a player that why students from Bangladesh, why students from Nepal, why students from the neighboring country, for their treatment, healthcare, for their education, higher education, they can move to Chennai, they can move to Mumbai, they can move to Delhi. Why not northeastern states? So we are fighting from last few years And many such kind of sessions have been organized. We are constituting Hon'ble Council, means the universities of the Southeastern countries and universities of the Northeastern region. We must assemble together and we have to have a collaborative activities. Right now we have more than 150 MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding, including IIT, including JNU, Jamia, AMU, all such premier institutions we have a MOU. They are supporting us, they are guiding us, seeing our mission and vision. We are very much confident that if we emphasize on academics and research. Research is the only item. If you consider best university in the world, you will find that they are among 100 because of their research contribution. So our university in the country, and especially in the northeastern state, we are still lagging behind. We are just giving the degrees. We are not doing extensive research work. So we at USTM, even if we are coming up with the medical college, we will be doing extensive research on the healthcare. So we are committed now that our main focus is on research. And if we are doing outstanding research, so action is our now in the research domain, and we are very much aggressive. We are trying to hunt the good researchers from all over the country initially, and then we'll try to hunt the people, our people working outside the country, those who are working in different universities, and to get such kind of eminent people, first requirement to have a outstanding infrastructure. Second thing, you have to provide a good outstanding accommodation and then amenities for their family. And then last one, that you have to have a good package for them. I hope in the coming days, by next 3, 4 years, 5 years, if we work aggressively, we'll be able to overcome our financial problem also.
Is there any project that we're planning to undertake very soon?
Very soon, we have 2, 3 things. One thing is that because it is in a bridging time, this Bachelor of Administration and Governance, followed by Health Science. Already I told that our Ayurvedic college may be coming up next year. On 3rd of October, probably we will be doing foundation laying ceremony of our P.S. Sangma International Medical College, and it is a target of completing by 2025. So by 2025, in the meantime, we have lots of science department. So our main agenda to promote the research. So we will be focusing purely on the departmental research work now.
What are the career prospects or the scope of higher and technical education in the Northeast?
Technical education now, we are all knowing that job market is very bad, and especially engineering education, students are not preferring it except a few quality institutions. We have a problem in the Northeastern region, especially in other states, that we don't have a sufficient number of industry. So if we don't have an employer organization, if industry is not growing here, and industry is not growing because there are many reasons, and these are all political reasons, then the unhealthy environment, then the insurgency, all these aspects are there. Once there will be a growth of industry and employer organization business perspective, then I think technical education is relevant. Otherwise, if we are getting technical education here, our student must go out for the job to get a job. So I think now students and their parents must be very much cautious enough to opt for a technical and higher education when they are choosing any subjects. They must see the career opportunity.
Under the Vision 2025, the ERD Foundation has a plan of establishing a number of institutions for the uplift of education, especially in the rural areas of Meghalaya and Assam. What are the plans ahead in the pursuit of making Meghalaya a global destination?
We want to start up school education in different rural areas. This time also we are thinking to start a school like Tura, Joai, even in the Riboi district. So we want to come up with the quality schools, and we want to connect these schools to our university so that students can be guided from the very beginning towards their career goal. We are very much interested for the rural areas. You can come up with the project and you will be charging high fees. School education is one of our domain.
USTM has also initiated intensive coaching for competitive examinations under its Vision 20 Academy, and the university is committed to its assurance that no brilliant student should be deprived of pursuing higher education only because of their financial incapability. So what is the Vision 50 program?
Vision 50 in the last pandemic we have started because we have 2 schools. So we have made our school as a center and also USTM as a center. It was in our plan to start one center in Shillong, but we could not make it. But next year it will be started. Vision 50 Academy is considering 3 areas. One is for the medical, second is engineering, and third is for civil service.
Last but not the least, sir, what is your favorite hobby? And do you love reading or writing or listening to music?
One of my hobby is to meet the people, new people. Anywhere I am going, I always meet the new people and establish the relationship. Next hobby, can say that if I go anywhere, if I get the information that somewhere there is an institution, so I visit the institution. I have gone for one night in Singapore. I visited National University of Singapore. Took one driver and I visit. Similarly, I went to Chicago for only 2 nights. I visited 2 universities. So this is one of my hobby, that I visit the institution and I want to meet new people.
All right, listeners, we have almost come to the end of our interesting conversation, but I'm sure you are all eagerly waiting for a piece of advice from our special guest, respected Chancellor from USTM.
So my request, especially people of Meghalaya, students of Meghalaya, that USTM is your university. Come forward, get the benefit from the university. You should not have a fear that USTM is a private university. They charge money. Yes, we charge the money, but those who have money in their pocket, those who are not having money in their pocket and they are brilliant, so USTM is also a destination. People saying that it is a people's university. The people of Meghalaya must consider USTM is their university.
Thank you for sharing your expertise and valuable time with us.
Thank you.
Beautifully quoted by late APJ Abdul Kalam. Be remembered, be unique, be great. This is for you, sir.
Thank you.
May God bless you with more wisdom as you continue your noble endeavor in educating the masses. You will be remembered always. And I'm sure all our listeners have been enlightened and motivated.
Thank you.
Before we wind up, let me share a beautiful thought with our lovely listeners. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for today. I thank all our dear listeners for joining us on the other side, wishing all our young aspirants a bright future ahead. This is your host, Dr. Bonnie M. Nicol, signing off. Take care and stay safe.
This program is sponsored by the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya.
Are you dreaming to be an IAS or IPS officer?
Join BA Administration and Governance and Integrated Degree Program Civil Service aspirants at the Center for Competitive Exam, University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, accredited A grade by NAAC. Get fully prepared for UPSC examination from the very beginning of your first semester. 6th semester will cover the latest UPSC syllabus through optional and allied papers. IAS and IPS officers will regularly take classes on every Saturdays and Sundays. Eligibility 10+2 in any stream with minimum 70% marks. 100% scholarship for per meritorious students. Apply now at www.ustm.ac.in. The date of entrance will be on the 26th June 2022. This program was sponsored by the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya.